Yo, so what's up out there, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Johnson here for another review for the TV series Arrow. And this episode is titled Haunted. So it's episode 5 within the series, I do believe. And I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna hint at things like that happens in the episode. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm not gonna do spoilers to like maybe the second part of this review, but I'll let you know if you want to stop watching. You know, if you don't want to be spoiled or whatever. So but going to this episode, okay. So previous episode, you know, so you have Sara. You know, she's missing, and now Laurel, and she's basically has to find her on her own. At this point, well, this episode, it hits the fan because like she's out at large, and does she murder people? Maybe. So this episode is definitely a milestone episode in this series thus far. A lot goes on, and there's a lot of plot development that happens in this episode. So if you haven't seen it, you don't want to miss it. This is probably one of my favorite episodes that I have watched in this series in a while. So definitely you have to check it out. So I mean, watching it and then kind of like recommend it to you guys as viewers, man. I would have to give this episode at least a 9 out of 10. It's really that good. So if you haven't watched it yet, that's all I can say. I don't want to spoil anything before it comes out, or before you watch it, rather. But now I'm going to go into some spoilers and actually talk about what happened, because I have to talk about it. Oh my goodness, I have to talk about it. So basically, in this episode, like I mentioned before, you know, Sara, she's at large. She's escaped. Now she's out, out and about, just, she's apprehending criminals, and she's like rescuing women who are like getting abused or getting like basically in situations where their lives are in danger. So she's rescuing these women, but the first scene, she kind of like Sara, she goes up to this woman. She looks like she's being mugged or harassed by these two guys in the alley, right? So Sara actually goes up and defends this lady. She actually kills those pretty much the thugs or whatever. She shanks them, she stabs them. It was crazy. She stabs them and they're dead. Next thing you know, she starts choking the girl, and she starts talking some like language or whatever. But she's out of it. But then at that point, she just runs off. And this seems like this continue to happen throughout the episode. It happens like 3 other instances. At this point, Laurel and Sara's father, he's catching wind that Sara, is Sara doing it, because the description, she fits the description. So he talks to Laura and he's like, yo, is Sara still at your apartment? Like, is she still like chained up? And which is crazy to say about your daughter or whatever. But anyway, so, and she's like, no, like she's actually escaped. So at this point, it's hitting the fan, and it doesn't actually happen until later on that Oliver actually finds out that Sara has been like into the Lazarus pit, and she's brought back to life, or her body is brought back to life, without her soul or whatever. So, and not only that, so that's a large chunk of this episode. But also takes place is Felicity. She finally opens that message, and now she's kind of like decrypting it and going back and trying to clean up the message and trying to hear what it says. So basically, she finds out at the end of the episode Ray is still alive and has been held prisoner. Based off the next episode's preview, Ray is actually being held prisoner by Damien Dark. Yeah. And this is crazy. I think he's actually shrunk himself down, but he's being held prisoner by Damien Dark, which is actually pretty crazy. It's actually really, really crazy. What else happens? Oh yeah, so Constantine, the character Constantine, he also makes an appearance in this episode. And Oliver and Laurel both have to do like this ritual, and they actually go into like this separate realm and have to retrieve Sara's soul, which is pretty crazy. Oh my gosh. So Sara is back, y'all. It's been a long time, long wait. I didn't even expect them to do this, but I mean, I kind of did, since the Legends of Tomorrow, she's one of the heroes. So I didn't, but before that show was even announced, I didn't know that she was, I didn't even see that in the cards, you know, so to speak. But Sara is back, and she's, you know what I'm saying, she's definitely a fighter, definitely a warrior. She's been giving Oliver and Laurel a hard time. Like, she was tough to go down. Like, Oliver had ended up, he had to tranquilize her to bring her in. But y'all, this episode was definitely crazy. If you haven't watched it yet, you definitely want to watch it. You definitely want to watch it. I can't stress that enough. Watch that joint. And I guess we'll have, that wraps it up for my review for this episode. Watch that joint. It's a good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not only that, but there's gonna be a couple other reviews headed out up on the channel, so you guys stay tuned. Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And yeah, you guys stay tuned. JVS will be back with more content, for the reviewing the content that we all love to watch. So stay tuned, guys. Holla.